Coming up on ABC7 Sports Sunday, the Redskins gearing up for a primetime showcase against the Panthers, a game you can see right here on ABC7. We'll have a preview of the Monday night matchup.
That's right. Plus, USA Today Redskins insider Lake Lewis joins us in studio. We'll get his take and a look at Washington's push to the playoffs. We'll also introduce you to a local doctor who ran 3,000 miles across the country, and it was all for an amazing cause.
And we promise this show will be a real knockout. This is just Sports Sunday starts now.
Buckle up, sports fans. This is ABC7 Sports Sunday.
Oh, wow. Okay, Redskins fans had to do the unthinkable tonight, root for the Cowboys. And guess what? It wasn't in vain. Dallas beat the Bucs tonight 26-20, which means the Redskins move ahead of Tampa in the wild card standings. And once again, in control of their own playoff destiny. If Washington wins their final 3 games, they are playoff bound once again. Much easier said than done, though. Hello and welcome to ABC7 Sports Sunday. I'm Robert Burden.
And I'm Erin Hawksworth. So glad you could be with us. We've got you covered for the next half hour as we preview the Redskins and Panthers. We have an Insta-poll question right now. How confident are you that the Redskins will beat the Panthers Monday night? Go to our website, wjla.com/vote now. Tomorrow's the night. The Redskins, Panthers in prime time right here on ABC7. The Skins won their last primetime outing over the Packers, and now they'll try to do it again. The Redskins need this game badly to keep pace in the very crowded NFC wildcard race. And earlier this week, I had a chance to go one-on-one with head coach Jay Gruden. All right, Monday Night Football, as a coach, do you get up for these games?
Yeah, we do. It's exciting. You know, we know the whole NFL world's watching and want to show how much progress we've made. But we also know how important this game is, so it's a big game for us.
Is it frustrating at all, knowing that you sort of controlled your own destiny and now you're sort of on the outside looking in?
A little bit. You know, I think if we take care of what we need to take care of, I think we'll be okay. But, you know, this is a tough Carolina team, and it starts there. We can't accomplish what we want to accomplish without taking care of business Monday night.
Obviously, this one means a lot for Josh Norman, facing his former team for the first time. Knowing how competitive he is, how competitive Cam Newton is, we saw last week, they weren't really throwing Josh's way, but I think Josh expects Cam's going to throw his way. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. If he's going to be on Kelvin Benjamin, they're going to throw it to him. You know, and we might put him on Greg Olsen. Who knows? But Josh will get some play, and hopefully he'll make the plays. It'll be a great matchup, and I know he's going to be excited about it, but hopefully he reins it in a little bit and just plays football.
And don't forget, you can see the Redskins-Panthers matchup right here on ABC7. Our pregame coverage begins at 7:30. Kickoff is at 8:30. Rob?
All right, can't wait for that. Thanks, Aaron. Plenty of other NFL action. A little trouble for Lions quarterback Matthew Stafford. The pinky on his throwing hand was dislocated. You're a quarterback. You kind of need your pinky to be there if you're throwing things. All right, we're taking on the Giants here. First quarter, Giants strike right away. Eli Manning throws to Sterling Shepard in the corner of the end zone. It's a 6-yard score. Giants led 7-3 at the half. Late in the fourth, Giants still up 10-6. Manning finds Odell Beckham Jr. 4 yards out. That's just Odell being Odell with the one-handed catch. The Giants get the win, 17-6. They've now won 8 out of 9. Packers and Bears, what a rivalry. 31 seconds to go in the game, tied at 27. Aaron Rodgers fires one deep for Jordy Nelson. He makes the catch, 60 yards downfield. The Packers have a chance to win it. So 3 seconds to go, Mason Crosby, 32 yards out. His try is good. Packers win a thriller, 30-27 the final. They're right back in the thick of things when it comes to this playoff hunt at 8-6. Patriots and Broncos. The Pats defense was suffocating all game. Trevor Siemian picked off by Logan Ryan, who gets a nice return on the interception well inside Broncos territory. So moments later, LeGarrette Blount just plows in from a yard out. That's all the Patriots would need. They clinched the AFC East for the 8th straight season. Talk about domination. 16-3 was the final for that one. All right, the Ravens-Eagles game came down to the final seconds after Philly scored a touchdown to get within 1. Doug Peterson decided to roll the dice and go for the 2 and the win. The conversion attempt failed, and the Ravens eked out a 27-26 victory. Scott Abraham has more from Baltimore.
A heart-stopping finish at M&T Bank Stadium. The Ravens-Eagles game came down to one play. A two-point conversion the Ravens had to stop to secure a 27-26 victory. The defense rose to the occasion when it mattered most.
All our blitz, so we knew the ball was going to come out quick, and I just rushed the D gap and got my hands up.
We had the defense just for it, the way our corners, the way the front, put pressure on him. It made it easy, but I hate to be in those situations.
The Ravens had tremendous offensive balance against the Eagles. Terrence West and Kenneth Dixon provided the damage on the ground, while Joe Flacco and Steve Smith Sr. hooked up for a key touchdown just before halftime.
He jumped outside, kept that, so I went inside, but I widened back out, keep the integrity of the route. Great throw, turkey hole throw, and so cover 2 throw was great.
A key divisional matchup now looms on Christmas Day in Pittsburgh.
I'm sure it's what everybody wants, and we're up for the challenge. It's going to be a fun day going in there on Christmas into Pittsburgh and into that environment. It'll be a pretty cool place to go.
With the win, the Ravens improved to 8-6, wrapping up the home portion of their regular season schedule with a 6-2 mark. Only 2 games remain, so let the playoff push continue in the Steel City. Reporting in Baltimore, Scott Abraham, ABC7 Sports.
All right, Scott, thanks. Still to come on Sports Sunday, USA Today's Lake Lewis joins us in studio to talk Redskins-Panthers. And guess who balled out tonight for the Wizards? Highlights from Verizon as they hosted Lob City. That's coming up next.
No surrender, no mercy. I think they know that in me. So we're going to give them everything we got, just as any other opponent. And I had them in my group chat, so looking forward to it.
And, Josh Norman will be fired up for tomorrow night. Monday Night Football against his former team, the Carolina Panthers. Monday Night Lights. The world is watching. Redskins and Panthers on the bill. And for the players, primetime never gets old. It's week 1 all over again. Another taste of Monday Night Football for the Redskins.
My wife, when we met in 2008, she was my girlfriend at the time. The first game she came to was a Monday night game, and I had a punt return.
So Monday nights mean a lot to you.
Monday nights mean a lot, man. Yes. Shout out to my wife, Shauna. Love you. Thank you.
Shout out to Shauna.
Shout out to Shauna.
But the team as a whole hasn't been so lucky this season when it comes to primetime games. They're 1-2. That might as well be 0-0.
I don't even remember our primetime games, to be honest with you. So, we take each game for what it is, its own entity, and we're just trying to do the best we can to take care of Carolina.
Each week is going to be the biggest game of the year just because of the situation we're in as far as being in the hunt. We have to, win out, so to speak.
For some, a chance of a lifetime. Linebackers like Martrell Spake getting his first start in the NFL. What you feeling like right now?
It's a lot of anticipation. I'm ready to go out there and just go out there and play the game that I love.
Is the fam going to be watching out in Arkansas?
They're actually coming down. My mom don't like the cold, but, she's going to be in for a rude awakening.
And as always, Monday night means it's a chance to show the world what they're made of, and maybe a little extra.
Monday Night Football means more than you think.
It means way more. All right, 8:30 kickoff Monday, and for more on that, here's Aaron Hawksworth with a very special guest.
Thank you, Rob. It's time now to welcome in Lake Lewis. He's the Redskins insider for the Redskins Wire at USA Today. He's also the owner of Sports Journey. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me on.
All right, it's Josh Norman week,
right.
And you know that he wants Cam Newton to throw the ball his way.
Of course he does.
But will he?
Yes, he will. I think Cam Newton, the competitor, is going to try his old teammate and see what he can do, and hopefully they get a favorable matchup.
How do you think that's going to end for Cam Newton?
Hopefully in disappointment. I mean, Josh Norman's one of the best, and I think he tried to bait him this week in his press conference by saying, Cam the quarterback won't throw his way, but Cam the competitor will. So he was trying to bait him.
Yeah, I like that. Moving on to Kirk Cousins. He's been putting up some really big numbers this season. Let's take a look at his stat line here. Over 4,000 yards passing so far and 23 touchdowns. Lake, how do you assess his performance this season?
Kirk's been great. I mean, he's a guy that started slow last year, picked it up as the season progressed, and this year Kirk Cousins is a guy that, again, it started slowly and now he's picking it up. I mean, he's a guy that's demanding a big contract, and I think he's going to have to be paid accordingly, and that's as one of the top 5 guys at this position right now.
Jay Gruden told me this week that Pierre Garçon has been their most consistent player, 64 catches, 0 drops. How good has he been?
I think this might be Pierre Garçon's best year.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Well, I know he had the 113 catch season like 4 years ago, but I think this year he's put it all together, and he's a guy that they can depend on and go to. As you said, he hasn't dropped a pass all year, and he's kind of become a go-to guy down the stretch.
Now we know that both he and Deshaun become free agents at the end of this season. Do you think they both return? Probably not. And if you had to keep one, who would it be?
If you're a Redskins fan, you want to see both of them come back. I don't think that's possible. I mean, you're talking about 2 really good players that are going to demand a lot of money. This year, there's $22 million between both of them. You still have to remember they have a #1 draft pick that didn't play at all this year. That'll be playing next year. So I think it's going to be tough to keep both of them.
Okay. Cam Newton isn't having the same season that he did last year, but he is a mobile quarterback. And I heard Josh Norman say that the Redskins have been struggling against mobile quarterbacks. Why have they been having trouble with that?
You know, they're a team that they don't have a lot of the pieces that they need right now on defense. And then obviously Will Compton's hurt, so Martrell Spate's going to be in there, a guy that basically is a rookie because he missed all of last year. So it'll depend on, you know, his assignments, but Cam Newton's a guy that obviously is one of the best in the business at getting out and creating his own game. They're going to have to contain him and keep him in the pocket.
What's like your major key for the Redskins to win tomorrow?
You know, I think that they have to establish the run on offense. We know that they can pass and they have one of the best offenses, but I think if they can determine and dictate the run to the Panthers defense, it'll open it up for them. On defense, they're going to have to find a way to keep Greg Olsen from having one of those 9-10 catch games.
Okay. Lake Lewis, Redskins insider for the Redskins Wire at USA Today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much,
Aaron. Good to see you. Still ahead, the Wizards looking for their 5th win in 6 games, hosting the Clippers. Bradley Beal, he did his part. Highlights right after this.
You're watching ABC7 Sports Sunday.
The Wizards had their biggest win of the season tonight against the Clippers. Washington has now won 5 of 6 and knocked the LA Clippers off a 4-game win streak.
Yeah, huge win right there. Not to mention a very good game from a certain Max player. Great performance from Bradley Beal. He was on fire today. He had 18 in the 3rd quarter. Finished with 41 on the night, including 6 3-pointers. Wizards still trailed by 1 after 3. 4th quarter, tied at 104. John Wall, this is nice, throws the oop to Markieff Morris, who had 23, by the way. It was on a nice little run here, winning 117-110. Here's Scott Brooks after the game.
We're competing and we're getting better, but definitely the last stretch of games we're in a nice offensive rhythm, and Brad and John and Marge, and you know, tonight I thought Keith made a couple of big buckets when we needed it, and it's what good teams do. Everybody has to chip in.
To boxing, and this one hurt, literally. Bernard Hopkins in his final fight of his career. I can't even talk. Against Joe Smith Jr. Smith gets Hopkins in the corner, lands the combination, and Hopkins is knocked out of the ring.
He's done.
Literally falls through the rope. Smith won with the knockout, and I got to be honest, this is not the way I wanted to see B-Hop's career end. Just a month shy of his 52nd birthday. I mean, I'm laughing because I feel for the guy. He's still one of the greatest middleweights of all time, but that sure was ugly.
It was tough to watch.
That was bad.
I didn't want to see that.
All right, up next, a local doctor who's an ultra marathon runner. He reaches the finish line.
That's right, and he ran his own personal 3,000-mile race. How long it took and why he did it when we come back.
We have the story of a doctor from Virginia who is no stranger to long-distance running. He's an ultra-marathoner, and he just finished the race of his life, a cross-country journey to help DC kids with a new addition along the way.
Lavi, L-A-V-I.
One of these years, little Lavi Risk will understand what her dad Levi just did and why.
It's unbelievable. I cannot believe that it actually happened.
Levi set out on a cross-country run, California to D.C. in 100 days.
He did this because he wanted to help children in need.
Levi is a doctor.
My goal was to raise enough funds to make a mobile clinic that would partner up with local hospitals and schools and shelters in the Washington, D.C. area.
We decided early in the year that we were going to do it. Then we found out in April that I was pregnant.
With wife Mandy along for support, the team traveled in this RV with Levi doing all the legwork.
Every day was a challenge, just getting out of bed and thinking, I got to put in about 40 miles, maybe more, maybe less today.
They got to Tennessee when Mandy had complications with the pregnancy. She drove to Virginia where she gave birth to Lavi.
We had the baby on Saturday, and on Monday he was back on the road again.
Step by step, Levi made it to the DMV. Early, in fact. That RV will be transformed into a mobile health unit serving kids in D.C. soon.
It may not be the finish line, but it's definitely the first step towards a solution. And that's how a solution starts. You start with the first step. And, I know that the solution is out there. I know the finish line is out there.
He wanted to change the world, and I think in his own ways he has.
Congratulations, Dr. Risk, and we'll be right back with Bryce Harper's big news. A reminder, you can see the Redskins-Panthers matchup right here on ABC7. Our pregame coverage begins at 7:30, kickoff at 8:30, and we'll have a special postgame show as well, all right here on ABC7. To tennis, former world #1 Victoria Azarenka is expecting. And no, it's not to win more Grand Slam titles, at least not for a little while.
Yeah, for more on that, here's Tennis Channel's Leif Shires.
The two-time Australian Open champion enjoyed an excellent first half of the year on the WTA, completing the Sunshine Double, lifting the trophies at both Indian Wells and Miami. But her season was cut short in July when she learned that she was expecting her first child. In an exclusive interview with Tennis Channel, the 27-year-old revealed just how much she's looking forward to becoming a mother and how she intends to return to tennis someday.
My pregnancy has been a completely different experience from anything I've done before. It's been fun, it's been tough sometimes, but to listen to a lot of women who've been through this experience, I'm doing pretty well. I kept playing tennis until about a month and a half ago. Got a little tougher right now, but it was fun, and this whole experience is definitely something magical.
All right, and congratulations to Bryce Harper. He married his longtime girlfriend, Kayla Varner, this weekend. And that'll do it for this edition of ABC7 Sports Sunday. I'm Robert Burton.
I'm Erin Hawksworth. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow on a pregame show.
Look at that.